Hi, everybody. This is Alchemist 2. And first of all, I want to wish you a happy belated New Year. Secondly, I want to wish you a happy Epiphany, even though it is early for that. But enjoy your celebrations anyway. The book that I am reviewing today is a very intriguing book. It's quite different from any other book I've ever read, and it's called One White Crow. This was written in 1993, and the person that is spoken of in the book, unfortunately, he died, but his adventures are recorded here, and they are all very intriguing and just make you realize the power of the human mind and just how capable and just absolutely remarkable of an entity the mind truly is. This book is about practices known as psychometry. Basically, what that is taking an object and being able to decipher when it was made, what era of history it came from, whether there was any sort of um, sinister plot going on with it. Maybe it had been used for trading that was really was more of a gyp than anything else. Um, in other words, fraudulent behavior, or perhaps it was used during a time that there was war and violence, and the psychic that is able to see these things would actually experience the pain surrounding that object, and to me that's just it's unbelievable, but it doesn't really surprise me because I believe that these things can happen. It's just sad that the particular individual who had the gift of psychometry in this book, he did not share his gift with the world until he was in his 40s, because there's so many people who think that this gift is witchcraft or evil. But people back in the Middle Ages during the Inquisition, they felt the same thing about mystics as well. And nobody likes a messenger who delivers bad news. Nobody. And I noticed that in Nostradamus 2012. If you've watched it, it's a really good program. It's absolutely fascinating, and I was able to get some insight from it, watching it for the fourth time. Some elements of it that I had missed before. So I thought that that was very beneficial to me. And I would recommend this book to anybody who, like myself, believes that science and faith can coexist, because before the Roman Church ever became involved, science and religion were one. And then you got dogma that came in and messed everything up. It wasn't really exactly dogma that did it, I think. I personally believe that it was greed on the part of, well, no, not really greed, but control. And the control that the cardinals and the Pope had during the time of the Great Holy Church. And they thought that they had the right answers. And what they were doing is they were just separating people from one another, and it never should have been that way. And this really delves you into that idea that the two really aren't separate, if you think about it. And I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I just don't see any disagreement between religion and science. I simply don't. And maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But this book really makes you think about that. And it is written by George McCullen, who also wrote Red Snake. It's Red Snake is similar because it also talks about the Iroquois and just the fact that uh, he didn't have any formal training, but when he went to these sites of the Huron where the Iroquois existed, he actually could psychometrize an object and he could tell with pinpoint accuracy more often than not where it came from, who it belonged to, what tribe was using it, and they also went to Iran and Egypt, and he was able to get a lot of information about different objects there. It's just absolutely spectacular. And even talks about Edgar Casey's son, and I'm a big fan of Edgar Casey. Um, he was the forefather of, first of all, homeopathic medicine, for one, so we have him to thank for that. Secondly, he started what is known as the Association for Research and Enlightenment. I'm not sure if it's as good as it was back in the when it actually began in the 70s, when the metaphysical movement was in its prime. But personally, I'd like to go to Virginia and see the ARE. Uh, Hopefully, I won't be disappointed, but it's one of my items on my bucket list, and I would really like to go and see the legacy that Edgar Casey left behind. And that was so funny that it mentioned that because I thought I have so much respect for Edgar Casey and the work that he did and the people that he helped with his abilities, and it really gives me pause because I really do believe that the human mind is just an element that is so beyond what we can understand or comprehend or even fathom. And we have so much to learn about it. But it's this is definitely a really intriguing book, and if you have the chance, get it from Edward R. Hamilton. Just Google Edward R. Hamilton, and you'll get the URL really quickly, and you can get this for a really good price. So it's basically all I have to say about One White Crow. So it's a really exceptional, fascinating book. Just absolutely interesting and intriguing and mystifying, and definitely well worth a read. You can read this in 2 days. Of course, I had uh, 2 weeks because I had been busy with other things going on in my life, but I finally finished it, and I'm glad I did. It's well worth your time.